What is happening, Facebook and YouTube fam? Hey, this is day 7 of Hanukkah. So if you're looking for a craft idea for kids, this would be a good one. This is a 9-candle menorah. And look at that. It's real nice. And it's really not that hard to make. The only thing you really need, you need a paint stirrer. I got mine from Lowe's, and they give them to you for free. So you should be able to go to any hardware store and get a paint. They'll give you some paint stirrers for free. You need 9 bolts. You need 1 little small block. You're going to need some candles, Hanukkah candles. You're going to need some craft glue that works on wood. You could go to the craft store and get that. And then you're going to need some gold paint. But it's really not that hard to make. What you do is you take the small little block and then glue it on top of the paint stirrer. Let it dry. And then you take 4 bolts, place it on the left of the block, 4 bolts, and place it on the right of the block, and then put a bolt on the top of the block. Make sure you glue them down. You got to glue them down. And then after you glue the bolts down on top of the paint stirrer, let them dry. Then all you do is you just come back and just paint it. And I will put 2 coats on there. I tried to put 1 coat on there, and I say I think 2 coats would be better. And then you just simply put the after you let it dry, put the candles inside of the bolts, and you have a 9-candle menorah. And I went to a bookstore and bought a good book. It's called Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. It is written by Miss Bonnie Bader and illustrated by Miss Joni Stone. This is a very good book. It's not a long book. It's a very colorful book, and I believe it does an excellent job of explaining the story of Hanukkah. Look how colorful it is. Let me read this book. All right, so look. Tonight we celebrate Hanukkah, the festival of lights. We light the menorah. And then you read that to the kids and show them the beautiful illustrations. If you're Miss Bonnie Bader and if you are Miss Joni Stone and you happen to be watching this video, thank you so much. You did an outstanding job on this book. We eat potato cakes called latkes. We spin the dreidel. And then you show the kids the picture. We celebrate Hanukkah for 8 nights. But why? Show them the beautiful picture. The story of Hanukkah comes from something that happened a long, long time ago to the Jewish people in the land of Israel. King Antiochus was ruler of all the land, but he did not like the Jewish people because they did not dress, eat, or pray the same way he did. And look at the beautiful illustrations. This is a real simple book. The Jewish people prayed in the temple. They read from a special book called the Torah, and they celebrated Shabbat and other holidays to get together in the temple. A beautiful menorah made of gold stood tall in the temple. To light it, holy oil was poured into the cups. The light sparkled and glowed, filling the temple with warmth and love. And they show the kids. Look how beautiful those illustrations are. But one day, King Antiochus announced that the Jewish people could not celebrate their holidays or even read from the Torah. He ordered his soldiers to attack the temple. The soldiers broke the beautiful menorah. They even smashed the jars filled with holy oil. See how simple the story is? And then when you show the kids the pictures, they'll be so excited to see the beautiful pictures, and you can have discussions along the way and kind of explain to them what's going on. And then the next part of the story says, then the king's men set up statues in the temple so they could worship their own gods. Antiochus set up statues to the false god Zeus. And then he wanted the Jews to bow down and worship Zeus. We don't worship false gods. We don't worship statues. We don't worship idols, but that's what he wanted them to do. The Jews still studied from the Torah, but in secret. When the king's soldiers appeared, they would quickly hide the Torah and pretend they were just playing a game of dreidel. Dreidel is a fun game that they play during Hanukkah. You can go to YouTube to get the instructions on how to play the game. It's a fun game. The day came when a group of Jewish soldiers called the Maccabees decided to try to get the temple back. They went to war against King Antiochus and his men. But how could the small group of Maccabees defeat the king's big army? The Maccabees did not give up. They fought until they won. Look at the beautiful illustrations. Then the Jewish people were able to return to their temple, but when they got inside, they found a big mess waiting for them. With the Maccabees' help, the people cleaned up and fixed the damaged temple. And while they were cleaning, they found a small jar of oil. Look at that. When the menorah was finally lit, no one thought the holy oil would last more than a day. To their surprise, it lasted 8 days. It was a miracle. Now menorahs hold enough candles to celebrate the Hanukkah miracle. We light the menorah for 8 days. We remember the brave Maccabees. We thank God for the miracle of Hanukkah as we watch the light from the candles fill our family with warmth and love. End of story. You see how simple that was? And so you read and discuss that with the kids, and then you light, after they complete the craft, then you light the menorah. So let me just show you how this would work. Put my camera on there. So you light the shamash. This is called the shamash. This is the servant candle, which I believe is a picture of Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is the light of the world. And on day 1, they will light candle number 1. Right? That happens on day 1. On day 2, they light 2 candles. On day 3, they light 3 candles. On day 4, they light 4 candles. So they do that each day. So each day they light another candle, then another candle. But eventually all 8 candles will be lit. And you will have a beautiful 9-candle menorah. It will look like this. See that? Well, in the story. So the story of Hanukkah. So I hope that blessed you guys, and I love you guys, and Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. God bless.